Cheers.
Cheers. That's not too bad.
Oh my god, my eyes are watering.
Don't cry.
It's the fumes.
I know, it goes up the nose. I'm gonna eat a pickle.
So that wasn't vodka. It was, what is it, Eddie's lemon vodka?
I think it is a type of vodka. Oh. Yeah.
But it was lemon.
Mm-hmm. Deep Eddie's lemon.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just very...
I bought it from Kroger, and she was waiting on the guy before me, and that was all I was getting. And instead of, like, you know, paying attention to him, she kept, like, staring at me, like, with, like, judgment. I'm like, it's not like I came up here with, like, 6 cases of beer. Like, I have 1/5. I'm like, what is this lady's problem? And she just kept looking at me. I'm like...
Get a life.
Right.
It's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
You might be wondering, what are these fancy drinks?
I know. So...
Go ahead. These were Steph's ideas. They're beautiful.
They are beautiful, but they were supposed to be the Northern Lights. So it was like that bluish purple.
I wonder what made it purple. That other Smirnoff?
I think so. So this is the drink of substitutions. So the Deep Eddy lemon one was the only one I could actually find from the recipe. Then I did Smirnoff raspberry lemonade.
Okay.
Because I couldn't find the one that's like a darker bottle.
The sour one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so the girl kept telling me at the liquor store, she's like, it's going to be more tart than sour. And I'm like, I don't care.
You're like, you don't
like,
have
she
it.
was like super invested. Like, and then she's like, well, I do have that moonshine that would probably be closer in flavor. I'm like, we're not doing moonshine.
You know I do love moonshine.
I'm like, I don't drink moonshine anymore. I haven't drank moonshine in like 10 years because the last time I did was a really bad experience.
Oh, it's just horrible. It is. It's just too strong for me.
I blacked, it was homemade. We were passing around like the mason jar.
Yeah.
And I had really good intentions that I was going to drink one thing that night, and it just went out the window. As soon as we started passing that around, I blacked out by 6 p.m. on 4th of July.
Oh my god.
This is why I don't drink moonshine.
Did you puke?
Oh. Yeah. Several times. And everyone knew. Yeah. It was not a good experience. So.
No moonshine for the batch party, I guess.
No.
That's sad.
I've got 3 bottles of champagne. Oh, so anyway. And then we put an energy drink, Alani Breezeberry.
Yeah. This is my first time trying Alani, so I'm kind of excited about that. I feel like one of the popular girls.
Right. And it's 0 sugar.
Ooh, that's good.
That is good.
It doesn't taste like alcohol.
No.
Scary.
That is scary.
That's good.
It was tasty. So, recap. Had the bridal shower last weekend, so that went well.
Good.
And now bachelorette party coming up.
Saturday.
Yeah. So, I've got 3 bottles of champagne.
I was thinking of bringing some alcohol too for the group.
I've got I had some leftover because I brought a ton and Cheryl brought a ton.
Okay.
So I've got 3 unopened bottles, and then obviously we're gonna do the wine tasting and stuff too.
And then we're going to the bar too.
Yeah, and dinner.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I was like, you can't puke because you're gonna have to share a hotel room with 3 other people that you I know you really well, and I know Cheryl. I wouldn't be weird to puke in front of Cheryl, but I don't know everybody else really well.
Well, my other friend is super chill.
I can't be
she's a nurse.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
3 nurses in the same hotel room?
Right.
It's fine.
Cheryl is gonna be so well protected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't say the other girl's name, but not that it matters, but she's an ICU nurse.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So she can first treat us, and if things go south,
I'll tell her we need you to bring banana bags and IVs.
No, for real.
Just like hook us up.
People do that.
I know.
For real, tell
How,
her that.
like, stick it down her scrubs, like the banana bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So this drink is very beautiful.
It is. So it's not the color it was supposed to be. So instead of the Northern Lights, I was thinking maybe the... You could call it like the blue wave, maybe?
I like that. That's cute.
Because it is tinted blue.
And it's kind of, it looks summery, and that seems summery to me. So that makes sense.
It tastes summery. It tastes like summer.
It does. It doesn't taste like alcohol, which is... And there's 2 different kinds in there.
Yeah, and there's 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did... So 2 ounces is a shot, right? And then so that I did a shot of each, and then we topped it off with half of we split the energy drink, so.
Exciting.
Yes.
Are you excited for this episode?
I don't know what to expect. I feel like this is payback for the Family Feud episode where you didn't know what to expect.
I literally couldn't think of anything. Like, yesterday, we both waited till the last minute to, like, figure any of this out. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I can't think of anything right now. Because, you know, like, it's been 2 weeks since we've done this, and I chose yesterday to start thinking about this.
Right.
And I was like, what if we just do, like, all about Stephanie episode? And I just have, like, the most random ass questions.
Oh, jeez.
And...
Should I be worried?
No. There's 6 categories.
Okay.
The categories that I made up. I think if we do it all about Mandy, you should just make up your own categories and just be wild.
I don't know about that.
There's personality, friendship, favorites, deep questions, spicy, and food. Is there a certain category you want to start with?
No, you can just go down the line.
Okay. We'll start with personality first. And I know you love to talk about yourself. Not. That was a joke. We hate... Because remember that one episode we did, like, what's one strength you love about yourself? And we were like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, I'm like nothing.
What is your favorite good or bad trait about yourself?
Well, I think I've said it before, but I think I'm adaptable.
Okay.
So I like that I can, like, you know, I can wear a fancy dress and talk to rich people, or I can be slumming it with, you know, like, I feel like I kind of like a chameleon.
I like that. I feel like it's important to have that as a nurse, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you fake. Like, it's just being able to kind of, like, roll with the punches.
Yeah, and you just meet whoever you're with, like, where they're at.
Right.
Type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like in that sense, I'm not, because, like, I can't dress up, because I can't dress up and, like, be fancy. That gives me, like, major anxiety. Because I'm like, everyone knows that I'm being fake right now.
Oh, gosh. I don't think anyone's thinking that, though.
Everyone.
Because I feel like if someone looked at you, they would assume that you come from, like, an affluent family. From Squalor. Yeah. She just lives in filth, people. No, but I feel like...
That's nice of you
based
to say.
on how you look.
Yeah.
Like, and, I mean, you drive, like, a really nice vehicle.
Thank you.
So I don't...
It's a show. It's a front.
Like I'm leasing it.
Yeah. I stole
That's
it.
That's expensive too, though.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Maybe you did steal it.
Yeah, I stole it.
But yeah, I don't think that anyone would like look at you and be like, she's faking it.
Yeah.
Unless you were like, I'm faking it, everybody.
Guys, this isn't me.
This isn't real.
What is one trait, good or bad, that you wish you had? And these are like rapid fire. I know, putting you on the spot, truly.
I think I try to fake confidence, but I don't feel like confident right now.
Okay.
So maybe confidence.
That's a good answer.
But I do try to...
I think you come across as confident.
I feel confident, like, as a nurse, but I guess in, like, my personal life and with, like, self-image and everything, I don't feel real confident.
Relatable. Yeah.
But I'm trying to put off that I am.
Yeah, I think that's hard to do sometimes, too, depending on, like, what setting you're in.
Right. Instead of being, like...
Don't look at me, I'm in the corner.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, trying to, like... Yeah. I would say that.
Okay. Do you love to be busy, or are you just content being chill?
I feel... It's very, like... double-sided. Like... I kind of have to just be in the mood for one of them. Like, I feel like some days I just, like, don't want to do anything. Maybe I'm feeling, like, more depressed. And I just want to, like, marathon a TV show and just, like, chill and not do anything. And then other times I'm, like, really in the mood to, like, hang out with people, like, do something. I think if I haven't, like, hung out with people in a while, then, like, you know, you start to kind of have that, like...
Yeah, you're kind of like craving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I feel like I like both. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling, like, that day.
And if it's, like, busy stuff that you want to be doing versus busy stuff you don't want to be doing.
Right. Yeah.
Would you say you're more introverted or extroverted?
I would say extroverted.
Okay. Probably depends on the situation, too. Yeah.
But I would say if I had to pick one, I'd say more extroverted.
Okay.
Which, as a kid, I was, like, more shy, but it was more so because, just, like, with my background, I didn't feel like I don't know, it was just, like, hung out with, like, my family more, and...
Yeah. I was the same because I was an only child, so I didn't really...
Yeah.
I didn't have to fight for anybody's attention, so I wasn't acting a fool.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, if you talk to me, you do, and if you don't, you don't. I know.
Right. You're like, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that was the personality one, so nothing scary. Nothing too scary.
Not yet.
I wrote all these questions while I was watching Napoleon Dynamite, so...
So there might be some crossover?
A little bit. There's one specific one that I saw...
If I voted for Pedro?
No. There's one specific one where I was, like, watching the movie, and I was like, that's a good question. And I, like, wrote it down.
You're like, thanks, Napoleon.
Yeah. Let's do favorites.
Okay.
Favorite day of the week.
Saturday.
Okay. Just as long as you didn't say, like, Monday or something, because that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And Sunday's kind of one of those days where it's like you have this, like, ominous feeling the whole day.
Yes.
Because you're like, I have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like, how is this supposed to be Sunday fun day, like, when I have something looming?
That's true. There should be, like, a 3-day weekend.
I don't know why that's not a thing.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Then Friday would be my favorite.
Yeah.
Friday is my favorite if I have the day off.
Or after 4 p.m.
Right.
Yeah. I like that, too. Favorite part of the body on the opposite sex?
You
can just say whatever is the truth.
I mean, on who I'm with, I like the dick.
Okay, good.
No, that wasn't always the case. In the past, I wouldn't say that, but...
That's a good one.
Right.
Blake said that, but opposite of what dick is.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, that's good.
When
I was reading this...
You're like, I'm glad you like that.
Yeah. But when I was writing this, I was like, oh, mine's probably like... You know, like, I love, like, guys, like, hands and arms. Or, like, smiles. That's what I was thinking. And then Blake's like, vagina. And you're like, dick. And I'm like, oh.
He's like, I like your vertical smile. You're like,
I like your self-smile.
Right. You're like, I wasn't going X-rated, but okay,
Literally
guys.
didn't even cross my mind. I was like, oh, Blake's got a good beard. I like his arms. And then...
I mean, there's a lot of things I like.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I have to pick my favorite.
Yeah, true.
Because I like backs.
Okay.
I like arms.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, manly hands,
Yeah.
beards.
Yeah.
Dark hair, tattoos.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean...
Everyone's different.
How do you pick? So you just pick the dick.
You just pick the dick. I mean, yeah. That's fair.
Why not?
Right. What is your favorite month? There's only one right answer, so.
What, December?
Not because of my birthday. I'm not conceited. Christmas, obviously.
Oh. Weather-wise, probably July.
Okay.
Because I like the summer months.
Mm-hmm.
And I like 4th of July. So I would say probably July.
Interesting.
My birthday's coming up, but it's like such a toss-up being...
Weather.
Yeah, I've had birthdays where I was in shorts outside. I've had birthdays that the party was canceled because there was a blizzard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, you know, my mom went to Florida. It was over my birthday one year. I mean, I was an adult, so, you know, but, bless you.
Thanks.
And she was in Florida, and it was like 80 here.
And you're like, take me with you.
Well, well, she was going with her sisters, but I was like, it's the same temperature here as it is there. Like, you guys picked the worst possible time to go.
I feel
like we had, like, unseasonably warm weather.
Yeah, but I also remember, I don't know if it was, like, a few years ago or when, but we went to a Red Wings game at, like, the very end of March, and it was a snowstorm going down there. And I was just like, how freaking random, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's been other ones, too, but my first birthday, obviously I don't remember it, but it was canceled because of a snowstorm.
That's sad.
Like a blizzard, yeah.
At least I always know it's going to be shit weather, probably. Because the weekend before the party bus was, like, a huge snowstorm. And I had people coming from, like, Muskegon, and I was like...
Right.
This isn't going to happen. I know it's not going to happen.
It wasn't... We actually had pretty good weather.
Yeah.
It wasn't... It was mild. It wasn't, like, freeze your ass off.
Well, when I booked it, I was like, is there, like, a refund fee if, like, there's a foot of snow? Because obviously we're not going to go tootling around the roads.
Right.
And they were like, we'll work with you. And I'm like, so that's a no.
Right. Well, and it's like how everyone planned on a certain day. They're not just going to be randomly all available.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
oh, yeah, let's get 25 people at the same day next week. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this better work out or I'm going to have breakdown.
Right.
Favorite thing about Ryan, not body part?
This was one of the things that my mom did these, like, words of wisdom for people to fill out at my bridal shower. Mm-hmm. And it was not on that. Ryan's mom did, like, who knows stuff best.
Oh, fun.
And it was, what's her favorite thing about the groom? Mm-hmm. And I said, how devoted he is.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I love that.
That's a good one.
The nice game that Cheryl made up.
Uh-huh.
That was, like, when her and, like, some of the people met him for the first time. We played it, and that's what I said about him.
Cute.
So I've kept that going.
We should play that game at the end of your bachelorette party, at the end of the...
Right, we should. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Get some interesting answers.
Yeah.
Play it at the beginning and play it at the end.
Yeah, there'll be different answers, I bet.
Right.
Since spending the entire day together.
Right.
All right, do you want to do friendship, food, spicy, or deep?
Food.
Okay. These are so fucking random.
Great.
Favorite way to eat eggs? Because we both love eggs.
Am I cooking it, or is it being made for me?
Ooh.
Because that changes things.
Whatever's your favorite.
If I don't have to make them, I love eggs Benedict.
Oh, okay.
But if I have to make them, then hard-boiled or, like, probably scrambled. I'm not good at, like Ryan, like, he'll do, like, the dippy eggs.
I love
and,
those.
like, make toast and, you know, like, do all that. I'll mess it up somehow.
Okay.
I just can't get it, like, right. Mm-hmm. And then eggs Benedict is kind of, you know, you've got the layers and you cut and it's like...
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make a poached egg?
I think that's where you... Is that when you boil it?
I don't...
I think you crack... I think you have boiling water. Once it's boiling, you crack it in there.
And then it, like, swirls around.
Yeah. I've never done it.
I've tried it, and it just doesn't work for me. But they look so, like, fluffy. And
Yeah. I've never tried it.
Favorite way to eat potatoes. This is... So on Napoleon Dynamite, they were talking about tater tots. And I was like, I'm going to ask her what her favorite potato is.
Well... I love all potatoes. Potatoes are like one of my favorite foods, but right now since I'm doing low carb, I don't really have potatoes anymore. It's very sad. But mashed potatoes are like one of my favorite like foods.
Will you have it on like holidays right now? Like a little dollop?
Yeah. A little. I have been cheating a little bit, but then I gained 3 pounds.
Well, your wedding's in April, so it's like...
I know.
Basically tomorrow, so it's like...
She's like, I don't want you to gain or lose any weight. Like when she was, like, doing it. And there wasn't much that had to be changed.
Yeah.
The length was perfect. She took in a little bit on the sides, and then, like, just kind of fixing, like, how the neckline would lay. Oh, and she added some... like the fancy stuff that's like randomly on the dress.
Oh, okay.
She had some of it from a girl who had like a dress that was plain that had bought it for her to like add to it.
Okay.
So she's like, I have this little piece because it was kind of like low cut. And I mean, like, I'll show a little bit, but I'm not trying to be like, you know.
Like your mom's there, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was going to add, because it was like a clear, like, area. She was going to add some.
That'll be pretty.
Yeah, just to kind
of like... I'm excited to see it.
I hope it looks good.
It'll look good. It'll look good.
I just don't want to look like I'm like 5,000 pounds.
You're not gonna. I'm gonna be standing right next to you, girl.
Whatever. I saw what you looked like in your dress. You
saw
looked amazing.
You saw from the half up. My titties are like...
I know.
Popping.
I know. It looks really good.
I like put it on and I was like...
You're like, ooh. You're like, hello.
I'm like from the...
You're like, the twins are looking good.
They are. I think it's because of that Spanx thing I'm wearing underneath.
I'm just like pushing it all up.
It's a whole thing. Yeah. It is a whole thing.
Can you go to the bathroom easily with
There's
that?
a hole.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a pee hole.
But like...
It's very strategic how you have to do it.
Okay.
Because I had a Skims bodysuit for another wedding I was in, and that had a pee hole too. And I was like, that's kind of risky. And I tried it, and it did work. But you have to sit a certain way.
Yeah, because I feel like if it's not big enough, like, what if you just kind of, like, have one of those times when it's, like, a sprinkler and not, like, a...
Yeah.
Because sometimes that happens.
I'm going to really try to just, like, not drink a lot, which is...
Oh, that's good. So you'll just be, like, dehydrated.
Well...
Like, pass out at the altar.
I meant, like alcohol-wise.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll just get a shiwi for you.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
But also, like, I guess I could still drink a lot, I just won't break the seal.
So you're just going to be uncomfortable.
Miserable, yeah.
Come up and, like, jab you in the, like,
and
right in the bladder.
Yeah.
You're like,
I have peed in one of them once, like, with the hole, and it did work, but you gotta really focus.
I feel like the ones with the snaps are, like, a little bit better, but, yeah.
Pineapple on pizza.
No.
Good. Good answer.
Yeah, that's a no-go. I love pineapple. Mm-hmm. I really like it on the grill. Like shish kebabs. Yeah. I make these Hawaiian chicken teriyaki shish kebabs. I make like homemade sauce and like pineapple is on it and it's so good. But pineapple, there's no place for that on pizza.
There isn't.
I don't know why anyone started that.
I don't know either.
And I'm not a ham person.
Right.
So like the whole Hawaiian pizza, I just don't want any part of it.
I understand. I feel that. I would never like put it on it. Like if I was at someone's house and they're like, hey, we got dinner and it's this and that's my only option, I'll eat it, but I'm not gonna order that for sure.
Yeah, I can pretty much eat anything. Like I wouldn't want to like offend anybody, but that's it's like an abomination.
Yeah. I don't know.
And you haven't been drinking your drink, I've noticed.
Guys,
we ate your blueberries.
I did. Health is wealth.
They do have antioxidants in them.
It's not because I don't like it. It's just because I'm holding the book. That's it.
That's the reason.
Yeah. Describe your perfect sandwich. I was hungry, I think, when I wrote this, too.
Probably, like, BLT.
That's mine. Did you put avocado on yours? Or fried egg?
I haven't, but I like the sound of that.
That's good.
I like my bacon well done.
Ooh,
Crispy. I want it, like, one step away from, like, burnt.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I want all those things you said. And, like the Texas toast. And cut it, like, diagonal.
Yes. And then the roof of your mouth hurts so bad.
Yeah. It's, like, scraped up.
But it's, like, worth it.
Kind of like how sour Skittles treat you. They just scrape everything. And then you can't eat anything. You're, like, torn to shreds.
Yeah. I love a BLT.
That's like my sandwich.
Me too.
I love BLTs.
Let's do friendship.
Okay.
In a friend group, would you say you're more of a leader or a follower? Obviously situational, but...
Yeah. I would say more of a leader, just because like, some things I'll go with the flow with and just do it, but then there's other things, like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And and I'm not gonna, like, just let peer pressure be like, this is what we're doing, like...
Well, you did yesterday, so...
I did. That was kind of, like... That was something I was okay with doing.
So basically we have a group chat, the four of us, like, me and Steph, Blake, and Ryan. And I don't drink at home. Like, I just don't. I have to usually be, like, out and about, or, like, this is an example, but I never just, like, crack open a beer at home, even though we have a full bar cart. And I had a little bit of a mentee bee yesterday, and so I was like, I need a beer. I'm having heart palpitations. I need a beer. Because obviously...
The alcohol will definitely help with heart palpitations.
Obviously. So I cracked open a PBR, and I sent a picture in the group chat, and then you sent a picture of Ryan's PBR he was drinking, and then Blake sent a picture of his craft beer that he was drinking.
And I was like, I'm not drinking, but I guess I need to be, so I went and got a long drink and cracked it, and then took the picture. I hadn't even drank any of it yet when I took the picture. And I was like, peer pressure.
Virtual peer pressure.
Right, but...
Keep in mind there were no words, it was just pictures. Yeah. So we weren't like, Stephanie, get a beer.
No one was saying anything. It was just like, follow the picture. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, that was a little bit different, but...
We just knew what you needed.
Right. Yeah. You're like, we know what's best for you. So, would you say I'm more of a leader?
I think you are.
Like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because, like, there's going to be some things I just don't want to do. And if it's, like, I'm just going to be like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, and I think it's very situational. I was trying to, like, answer these for myself when I was writing them to see if they were, like, any good or not. But I'm not a follower for sure. Because I usually, if something's, like, really popular, it makes me want to not do it because I don't want to jump on the bandwagon. But I'm also not a leader. I'm just, like, in the corner. I'm just like, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. You don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not coming up with any ideas, though. You know what I mean? So I don't think I'm a leader, but...
Yeah. I feel like you're kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get, like, pushed into doing anything you don't want to do, but, like, you'll, like, kind of listen to the different ideas and pick what you like the best, maybe.
Like, in a group setting in school... Do not put me in charge of the project, please.
Oh.
I'm doing my part and that's it, though.
I hate group projects in school.
Yeah.
Were the bane of my existence.
Because you always got, like, the one person that's, like, taking charge, but annoyingly. And then the one person who's not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you all get graded the same.
Yeah. And it's, like, that frustrated me so much in nursing school. Like, we would use... What was it? Google Docs. Is that the one where you can
share?
Yeah, and you can see the
Watch
other
people.
Yeah. So we would do, like, a Google Docs, and you could see who contributed and who didn't, and then you wanted to, like, stab other people. It's just, like, seriously.
It's so immature.
Yeah.
Like, just do what you're supposed to do, not anymore, and be done.
No.
That's kind of hot. Get in, get out.
That used to irritate me. Chemistry, high school.
Oh, God.
It was, like, you know, there's, like, me and this other guy, we were, like, the smart ones in the group, and then the other people were, like, not, and they were, like, not contributing, and I was, like, so infuriated.
Yeah.
Like, when we were doing, like, the experiments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you guys, I don't even want you, like, holding the pencil or touching anything on this page, because it's gonna be all fucked up.
You're gonna fuck it up.
Right. And I'm like, I need an A.
I was very, like, anal about my grades in school.
Yeah.
I was very...
my first B was in geometry.
Oh, girl, math was my downfall, too.
I was, like, good at, like, math, but not geometry. Like, if you were good at algebra, usually you, like...
I was good at geometry. I sucked at
So
algebra.
so it was, like, like, geometry, I was just like, what is, like, the proofs? Like, I'm like, what is this? This is, like, archaic. It's, like, English plus math. Like, it was so bizarre.
Yeah.
I think I got a B plus in geometry. It was, like, my first B in high school, and I was like, like, freaking out.
I got a C in algebra, and I got my phone taken away for the entire summer, and I had to go to summer school. My parents did not mess around with grades.
They're like, we're not playing.
No. And I was like, it's not because I didn't do it, it's because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Why are you punishing me?
Right.
With my phone and summer school.
You're like, this is terrible.
Yeah, it was just, low grades were not accepted.
Your parents like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Uh-huh.
Well, my dad taught me math, like, up through 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
When he'd get home from work, he's like, time for math. Like, that was his, like, line. And so most, like, geometry is kind of like a whole other land. But, like, the things that most people found difficult in math, like fractions and stuff, I never found it difficult because the way that my dad taught it, it was just kind of like, oh, you know.
And it kind of it was kind of nice too because it was like one-on-one.
Right.
Yeah.
So it gave me a really good base.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I, like, then algebra in 9th grade was, like, super easy. Like, I didn't have any problems with that. And then, but I went to, like, an academy.
Okay.
And what they called the algebra class, like, didn't transfer to Western when I went there. So then I had to take algebra a second time in 10th grade. And it was, like, so boring.
I bet, because you already knew it.
And then my teacher was something else. He would, like, so if he had more than, like, 3 students at, like, his desk, like, waiting for help, he would send them to my desk. If he wasn't there, I remember his father-in-law would sometimes be our substitute teacher, and he was, like, teaching them, like, he was teaching something wrong.
Oh.
And I, like, said to the kid sitting next to me who was, like, confused, I'm like, he's doing it wrong. And, like, he heard me.
Oh, God.
And he's like, well, if you can do it better, then get up here. But he was, like, a little asshole about it. And I'm like, no, like, if you're going to be rude.
I'm not getting paid.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're going to be rude about it, I'm not coming up there. And he's like, will you please come up here and, like...
Help me.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, fine, because you were nice about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but then, like, geometry, I was like, oh my gosh, this is, like, a different land. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel safe.
See, that's interesting, because it was a breeze. Like, geometry and trigonometry were a breeze. But then Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, I was literally, like, fighting for my life. They were, like... It was, like... What is that stupid thing in Algebra when it was, like... The invisible eye or something? Remember that when it was, like, the eye was in the equation? Like, a little baby eye? Or was it an E? It was invisible something. Somebody that's listening has to know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
But I remember learning that, and I was like... How is this making any sense?
Yeah. I hate it. Well, yeah, so I got B's in geometry, and then I didn't take trig until Delta.
Okay.
And I worked my ass off for an A-.
Yeah, trig's hard, though.
That was my one. I think I got A's and everything else, and I got an A- in that, but my teacher was super cool. She was, like, young and, like, really, like, fun, and...
I got one. This was self-inflicted. This wasn't because I was stupid. Well, it depends how you look at it, I guess. But I got one failed class in college. Do you want to take a guess at what it was?
Was it PE?
Yep.
You just never dressed for it?
Yeah, just that. They're like, you can't participate if you don't change. I'm not changing my clothes in the middle of the day, okay?
Right.
I you know how private I am? Like, I'm not about to go in the locker room and, like, get down with a bunch of girls while we're changing our clothes.
Oh. I don't think... I wasn't exposing myself. So, thankfully, I think my PE class was the last class of the day.
Oh, mine was in the middle.
So, like, when we did swimming and stuff, I'm pretty sure I went into a stall.
Well, I mean, I guess I could have, but I just didn't even want to do the activity, so I'm not going to get dressed.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really want to either, but...
At that point, I was, like, paying to be there, so I was like, this is my own fault at this point. I got a D, so I passed. But...
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this. Like, sorry. This isn't going to help me be a nurse. Sorry.
Oh, it was...
It was in high school and college.
Oh, okay. I didn't... Yeah, so in high school... Well, and my teacher, she was something else, and she made us swim when the pool heater was broken.
Thank God we didn't have a pool.
So it was like 55 degrees. It was horrible. It actually... So normally, you know, when you're swimming and you get out, you get cold.
Yeah.
You were swimming, and when you got out, you felt warm. That's how cold it was.
That's like torture.
Yeah. And
That's sad.
There was always a student every year that was like, fuck it, and would push her in, and then they'd fail the class.
What the fuck?
She was something else. She would, yeah. I won't say it on the pod, but
on national television.
She was something else, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a pool in high school, thank God, because I was not about to do that either.
You had to, like, trek to, like, Dow High.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either. And in middle school, you had to have a PE credit, but I was in a wheelchair, so I got exempt from that. The only good thing to come of that, truly.
You're like, that was wonderful.
Yeah. All right. 3 more no. Oh. What was that question? That was, are you a leader or a follower?
We really got off track there.
Favorite thing about our friendship? I know there's so many good ones.
I feel like I like the fact that it's, like, well-rounded.
Okay.
Like, you know, when you send, like, you, like, see a reel that you like, and you're like, okay, which friend do I send this to? I feel like I can just send them all to you.
Yeah.
Because, like, we've read most of the same books, or at least that genre of, like, the fairy smut or whatever, and so, yeah, I like that it's not, like, it's multifaceted.
I like that. Because there are some friends I don't send any reels to, because I just don't.
Or it's, like, very few.
Or very specific, like, one category ones.
Right.
I feel that, too, though.
Yeah. Like, I can send you the cat ones.
The
I can
nursing.
send you the book ones.
Yeah.
The nursing. Yeah. So, and then just, like, the weird, funny ones.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's true. I like that answer. What would you consider... No, that's not it. What friend are you in the friend group? Your options are mom, therapist, planner, jokester, flirt, hipster, or overachiever.
Read it again.
What friend are you in the friend group? Mom, therapist, planner, jokester, flirt, hipster, or overachiever?
Probably therapist.
I was kind of thinking that. Yeah.
Because I feel like I do... I mean, I feel like I can probably fit into different ones. Because I am, like, a jokester, but I feel like primarily I'm someone that people come to for, like, advice.
I could see
or,
that.
like, to, like, vent or whatever.
I would agree with that. Which quality is most important to you in a friend?
Loyalty.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. If you break that, wash my hands.
I'm really watching my P's and Q's.
You're like, I've heard some stories. I just don't mess around. I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Ghost.
I don't... That's, like, a hard one because I have given second chances, but ultimately, like, I have a different version of you in my head after whatever you did. You know what I mean? Like, it's never the same as it used to be.
Yeah, it's like in any category, but I've said this before, but it's like talking to girls like at work when I worked at the mental hospital, some of them were like, I would never let my friend and my man hang out together. And I'm like, okay, well, if you don't trust him and you don't trust your friend, then you shouldn't be with him and they shouldn't be your friend.
Yeah.
All of my girlfriends, I would be fine. I mean, I don't really know what environment, like,
right,
just Ryan and them would hang out in, but I would trust all of them.
Yeah, I don't...
to hang out with him.
I wouldn't want to be a friend with someone who's, like, after my man.
Yeah.
Or my man who's, like, looking at other people.
Right. If that's something that you have to, like, worry about, well, then you need to make some changes.
Yeah, especially people, like, in your close circle. You know what I mean?
It shouldn't be something you ever have to worry about.
Like, if... This isn't acceptable either, but it would make more sense for your man to be looking at girls. Like, if we were at a bar and he looked at a girl he didn't know... But you're looking at my friend?
Right.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more of like a betrayal.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why would you, go after them? Yeah, I'd much rather have it be like a stranger.
Yeah, me too. Or I always tell
or the opposite side.
That's what I always tell anybody that I've ever dated.
That is not your fault.
And you're not in competition.
There's nothing you could have done.
I'm always like, if you're going to cheat on me, it better be with the same gender you are. Because then I can't help that you feel that way, and I'm not competing against the girl you did it with.
Right.
So
yeah.
It would make me feel better.
Be like, well, I don't have a dick.
Yeah.
So I guess there was nothing I could do.
You could have told me first, but...
Right.
Shoot. Where are we? That was the friendship one. Okay. We have 2 more categories.
So let's do deep.
Okay. You want to save spicy for last?
Yeah.
Nice.
Save the best for last.
Love it.
I'm nervous. Need to get more of this down.
Yeah. Deep questions. What is a cause that you are very passionate about?
I don't necessarily think there is. I don't know if there's anything like necessarily in the works right now for it. Mm-hmm. But something I kind of always like wanted to do was like making school lunches like more healthy.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like the stuff that they give kids, and I mean it could be different now because I've been out of school for a while, but it's just like it's so carb heavy.
Yeah.
So unhealthy. And then they eat it, and then they sugar crash, and then they're tired in class.
Right, and that might be the only, like, good meal they're getting in their entire day.
And it's not even a good meal.
Yeah.
So I really would like to, like, revamp, like, school lunches, make it, like, healthy, actually, like, what, like, the right amount of, like, things, and actually in good.
That's, like, a good answer.
Not, like, canned food, like, fresh food.
Yeah, like, processed.
But the problem is that
the budget.
Yeah. It's going to be expensive, probably. So, but that is something that I do feel passionately about, and I have for a long time, because it's like, I remember in high school, it's like...
Because you'd go off campus for high school.
Well, right, we could do that, or it was like, I got these breadsticks with, like, cheese inside of them. Good. Right, or, like, pizza for, like, Fridays, and, it's just like, you can make good stuff.
You can make it taste good, yeah.
That is healthy.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. I remember in high school, the beginning of high school, we had, like, pops, like, what are they called?
Like a pop machine?
Yeah, the pop machine. And it was, like, right when, like, everyone was coming out, oh, regular pop is so bad. So they only had diet in the machine, and then, like, 2 years later, it came out that aspartame was so bad, so then they had both in the machine.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, you're going to either have diabetes or you're going to have brain cancer.
Right.
Like, yeah, I like, yeah, I mean, like, diet, obviously, they're each bad, but, like, Bai drinks, or, like, BAI, I don't know if you've had
the
those.
waters.
It's like a fruit, It's got, like, that fruit, and they actually have pretty good flavor.
Is it carbonated?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But they're good.
I'm not sure what I'm addicted to, the taste or the carbonation. But I don't like carbonated water, so maybe it's just the taste.
It's probably a combination of both.
Yeah.
Because carbonated, I'm not not a huge sparkling water fan, but I do like vodka with like the bubbly drinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fruity, carbonate. But I wouldn't just like drink one.
No.
Not at all. It tastes like fireworks in your mouth.
It does. That's why I just stick with my Coke. So
you're like, we'll just do this.
Yeah. What makes you feel most vulnerable? Blake and I were talking about this because I asked him all these questions.
Well, probably being like intimate with someone.
Okay.
I feel like that makes me feel vulnerable because it's like you're exposed and if it's
that was similar to one of my answers.
Yeah, if it's not like with someone that you're like in a close relate, you know what I mean? Like obviously we've all had different varying levels of, so I would say like being intimate with someone, but it obviously like being with someone that you can trust helps a lot. But I'd say that's probably one of your most vulnerable
mine was
times.
Just flat out being naked, even with myself. Feeling a little vulnerable.
You're like, I don't like it.
I don't like it. Like, I think bathrooms shouldn't have mirrors, just.
But then like when there is no mirror, it's like, what do I even look like?
There could be one like
a small one,
like right outside like the door to leave the house, and then you can just like walk by and glance at yourself, like, okay, she's looking okay, and then just.
But I put makeup on.
Yeah, I don't do that, so that's true.
I kind of need to like make sure. Oh, I'm like, okay, like everything's in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
great.
What's something that inspires you?
Maybe like something that I can feel like a close like emotional connection to.
That could be a lot of things. Yeah.
Like, it could be like a great sermon at church, which I haven't been at church in months and months and months. But like sometimes you go there and you feel like really inspired to be like a better person, or like you hear like one of those like reels where it's like someone sang for like American Idol or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like kind of,
So, anything that like invokes an emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
I feel like that inspires me, like makes me want to, be a better person for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And, like hopefully another video comes up right after to keep it going.
I'm like, well, that's past.
I always have like, I'll be like scrolling on my phone at night, obviously, and I'll find like I'll just go down a rabbit hole of like things that I'm like, because Midnight Mandy comes out like at night, and she is always like dreaming up new things for me to be doing. And then when I get like going at night, I'll have like these like racing thoughts, and I'm like, oh my god, I could be doing this and this and that and that, but it's literally 3 a.m. And I'm like so energized and so like excited about doing all these things, and then I wake up and
she's like,
gone.
I don't want to do any of those
She's
things.
Gone.
You're like, where'd she go?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
but it happens to me all the time. Like I'll just get like so amped at like 3 a.m. about I'm gonna like thoroughly clean my room. I'm gonna go get a tattoo. I'm gonna like apply for jobs tomorrow, and then I wake up and I'm like,
I felt that way before too, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wake up at like 5 and I'm gonna go work out. Yeah. I'm gonna like tan.
And it sounds so good at, like the night before. And then
like at 7:30 I'm like, well, I might as well, I guess, hop in the shower before morning meeting. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Tuesday, so I got 10 minutes.
Literally.
Like,
so I don't know if I should like keep calling her Midnight Mandy or like Manic Mandy. So I'm like,
maybe Manic.
Yeah, she's in the process.
She's a little manic.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said racing thoughts, because that was like the key phrase that people would say when they needed a Zyprexa. When I worked at the mental hospital.
It's like I knew.
They'd be like, I'm having racing thoughts. I'm like, Zyprexa.
Do you have any? Because I just said that.
I know. Like, literally, so I don't remember. It was the most archaic from like the Stone Age charting system at the mental hospital. But it would give you, like, if you were giving something, it would give you like reasons why.
Okay.
Like the indication or whatever. And so for Zyproxa, racing thoughts was like one of them.
It's like I knew.
And then, but then the doctors, like, so sometimes they got a little, like, and I don't even really know why, but sometimes they'd get, like, weird about, like, the Zyproxa usage, and so you'd literally have to put a note in each time and be like, patient came up to the desk and said that they were having racing, like, you had to, like, literally put the keywords in there as to, like, why you gave it to them.
You're like, I just want them to sleep.
I'm like, patient was running up and down the halls, self-talking. Zyproxa.
Manic Mini doesn't self-talk, so we're good on that.
You did say you could talk to a wall.
I probably could, though. But that's just in comparison to, like, how she used to be, where if you were a stranger, I probably wouldn't approach you at all. But being a nurse, you have to just be able to walk into a room and just, like, get the whole life story right off the bat.
Like, when we show up for, like, admissions and we're like, tell me about yourself.
Well, thank you for welcoming me to your crap-ass house.
Right. Is it safe to sit here? Yeah. Probably not.
Okay, spicy. Are you excited about this?
I'm not sure.
They're not really anything too crazy.
Okay.
Because I didn't know how crazy you want to be. Morning or night sex?
I'm more of a night sex person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it's morning, I need the time to go into the bathroom, just kind of, like, take an assessment of everything, do a little self-care, so that I feel comfortable. Like, I'm not gonna, like, wake up and, like,
do it.
I need to, like, make sure that everything's in order.
Yeah, because I don't know if she wants to be doing it right now. You have to go check.
Well, just need to make, maybe I was sweating all night.
Yeah.
We just need to just kind of do some self-care quick.
Favorite sex position?
Even
if it's wild and crazy, you can share. You don't have to talk about your sex swing, but you could.
Yeah. So it is, without being too vulgar and
just show them. Just pop right over.
Right. It's different with different people because certain things
fit differently.
Yeah. And certain things don't feel as good if there's more going in there. So I would say with my current with who I am with at the moment, well, for the rest of my life.
Just the moment.
Right. Hence the ring. I would say it's hard.
Everyone's on the edge of their seat.
I know. I would say, like, still probably the one where I'm, like, kind of, like, up on the one leg, and I got my one leg up here, and they're coming in from...
They're coming in from the back.
Yeah, but they have to, not everybody can do that.
True.
We'll just say that.
I've never tried that, so maybe some crazy time I will have to.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've done in public?
Like, public.
Yeah. Like, you're in a car in a public area, you're in the movie theater, you're in a stall, you're in...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The water, I don't know. Hot tub. The forest. An airplane. Wherever.
Haven't done an airplane.
No, me either. I'm petrified the whole ride, so that doesn't
like,
even cross my mind.
You're like, probably not going to do that. Yeah. I mean, I lost my V card in a church parking lot.
That's pretty good.
So, I mean, that was pretty wild.
Yeah. And during the day or the night?
It was nighttime.
Yeah.
It was not anything to write home about, but most times when you lose your V card, it's not like it is in the fairy smut.
It's definitely not. Mine was in my childhood bed.
I mean, that's actually, like, probably, like, a better story than mine.
Probably.
I was in, like, this, like, crappy old, like, red minivan. Yeah.
That's, like, funny now, though. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking back, you're like, yeah, real funny.
Like, gross.
Your last question. It's not really that spicy. I think we've already answered it. Have you ever kissed the same gender?
Yes.
Yeah. Who hasn't? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my one friend, when we would be at, like, parties, she would, like, make me, like, make out with her because it would, like, get us more attention from guys. I'm like, I don't think this is, like, good attention.
Yeah, it's not like any PR is good PR, but
yeah, so she, like, that was, and then, you know, thankfully it was, like, when, like, flip phones were a thing, so, like, when they were taking pictures, like, they should be pretty blurry, so if I ever, like, run for president, that didn't happen, and that's not me in that picture.
Yeah, if this podcast ever, like, blows up and people start posting your indecents, then...
Yeah. Well, let me just, for the record, it was her fault. I was coerced into it. She forced me to do it.
Yeah.
But
then it also makes you look unavailable, so that's kind of a nice thing, too.
I don't think anyone, like, I think it was more creepy guys thinking it was, like, us being freaky.
Oh, they're like, oh, we could join them.
Yeah, I don't think they really thought we were lesbians. Okay. So, they're like, yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that was, yeah. But, like, a peck is, like, different. You know what I mean? Just, like, that's whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, I kiss my grandma on the lips when I say goodbye to her.
Right.
You know, that's, like... So, like, I feel like a peck is, like, completely different, but...
Okay, so if you ever kiss the same gender romantically, then, I guess, or...
Not romantically.
Well, like, not a peck. More than a peck.
Oh.
Well, so, obviously.
Yeah, with my friend.
Obviously.
But I was forced into that.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't, like, about that.
You're like, we're gonna do this every weekend.
Right. We probably did. Yeah. Like,
I've had some, back in the day, you know, you do some crazy shit.
I'd be like trying to like do something else at the party, and she'd be like, "Come here."
Yeah.
Like,
here we go.
Right. I'm like, oh my god.
I think that's normal though for girls. Like, it's just something that happens when you start drinking.
Yeah.
We've never kissed because we're now mature women.
Right. I don't really. Probably the only one that I think the last one I kissed was probably, well, it was on the cheek, but it was my maid of honor, so you know who that is. So
yeah,
but on the lips, I don't even know. I mean, that's not really something I do either. Like at this point in my life,
me either.
When I'm in a relationship with a guy, because like I don't think I would necessarily want them like kissing their male friends on the lips. Like, it's more of like a respect thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Good topics.
Right? Really dove deep there.
Yeah. That's all I have. Hopefully you guys know Stephanie a lot better than you did before.
Hopefully you wanted to know all of those things.
I know you did. I only wrote down the pressing questions.
Right. Like, I really need to know this.
Yeah, everyone wanted to know, like, what type of eggs you prefer.
It's important. Mm-hmm. So, as always, guys, if you didn't chart it, it didn't happen.